Hi everybody. I thought I'd clear up a couple of things. I've had a couple of my viewers, tell me that the X251, doesn't have acro mode. Only the first version did, and version 2 doesn't. And they said it has a simple flip switch, just kind of like a flip button. True and not true. Okay, the first model, my understanding, I didn't have one of those, but is that it was true acro mode, which means no stability at all when you're trying to do acro flying with it, acrobatics and things like that. Number 2 version comes with what is commonly known as Ratitude, and Blade 200QX has a feature on it called Stagility. That's agility with stabilization, and that's what this has, is agility with stabilization. Far more things you can do with this than you can over just a simple flip switch. This one will fly forward and do corkscrew turns and much more than just a regular flip button. So I consider this a good quadcopter to learn acro on. It only does, it has stabilization in acro mode, which if you were, an experienced pilot, you wouldn't want that, you would want a quadcopter that was totally adjustable as far as how fast the blades turned on each quadrant, and you'd want to have zero stabilization. You'd want to be able to, do inverted flight. You'd want to be able to do large loops and rolls and not have any stability at all. But I consider this one good for the person who wants to learn how to do that, because once you make a flip, you have to, catch your throttle. You have to learn how to do the flipping and stuff and keep it in one location, not a lot of ups and downs, and that's part of it. Now, if you have no stabilization, you're trying to learn a couple of different things at once, and I think it makes it much easier to learn it when it has a little bit of stabilization. Now, this one, the X251, even on zero agility, it still levels itself out, and then when you do flips, it also will reorientate itself. It will bring its orientation back to where the flip started if you leave the right stick alone for a second. And so it does some things to help the beginner get started. Now, after you've mastered this one, it is time to move on to something with full acro in it, because you don't want this to hold up your piloting skills. But another thing I like about this too is not everything is adjustable. Like, you can't adjust the blade speeds and things like that, but you have a variety of things in this radio over here that you can adjust, and so you can test on this quadcopter what takes place when you put this on full acro or full stabilization. What happens if you change this curve and that curve, and adding and subtracting, and the expo, and when the sticks engage at what time, all these different things you can experiment with. You can see what it does. So when you get yourself a quadcopter with no stabilization, you're going to have a lot better idea where to set your parameters, how to set your radio on that, how to adjust it to how you like to fly. And so I think this is a great learning quadcopter. Does it have full acro? No. Does it have Ratitude? Yes. Does it only have a flip button? No. So now let's go on to a couple more quick things here. Now, the third rendition of this is the second one here, or it could be a first, but they came with these carbon fiber landing gears, okay, and they're pretty darn strong. People said, well, they put the cheap ones on now and they're going to break, you know. Well, you know, we don't know that. Let me show you something, okay, and I've seen this in other videos. There's only one anchor point for this very, very, very stout, strong leg. What's going to break? It's not going to be the leg. It's going to break the frame up here, right where that joint is. This really, you know, the only thing they did wrong on this one, well, they did two things wrong on this one. They made this a single point right here, which they shouldn't have. And the other thing is they didn't give you another option to take it out of Stagility or out of Ratitude and put it in full acro. That would have been nice if they had given you the full acro option as well as the Stagility or the Ratitude option. So those are the two things. Now, the new one, the version number 3, has got these more flexible legs. Now, I don't know how strong they are. You know, you can have something with flexibility that's pretty darn hard to break. And now stop and think about it. I don't think they did this to save money. You know, they were tooled up from the very beginning and all set up to do this, and they had to make a switch. That cost a lot of money to make a switch, but apparently they were getting these back broken right here at the frame. I'm thinking the new landing gear, which are, you feel them, they're nice and spongy and, you know, well, not spongy, but, you know, flexible and that sort of thing. That's going to take up part of the impact, and I think there's going to be a lot less broken frames. And quite frankly, I would rather replace this part than an entire frame, if you know what I mean. So I'm not looking at this new landing gear as a weakness. I'm looking at it as the same way the company that builds this is. They're going to have less problems with this leg than they are with this leg. So I think that's something to be considered. Now, I wanted to go over one more thing. First off, I don't get paid on my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is just for fun. I help out people and try to show them, you know, the stuff I'm learning. I'm just learning myself. You know, we all just, you know, go along that path. But, you know, it's frustrating to find out certain things sometimes. So what I do is I stumble onto a few things and I share them with you know, everybody in this community if they're wanting to watch. But one question I get is, where do I buy it from? I buy mine in different locations, but this particular model right now, for me, the most competitive price, it's the same price as on Banggood as it is on what's that other one, GearBest. And but GearBest didn't have this. Okay, priority direct mail. This does get purchased in China, but they'll send it to all these different countries here. They'll send it to the United States, United Kingdom, Australia, and Malaysia in 6 to 9 business days, and that's how long it takes, you know. So in about, you know, 11, 12 at the most, you'll be getting your quadcopter. Austria, Belgium, Denmark, Finland, France, Germany, Greece, Italy, Netherlands, Portugal, Spain, and Sweden, 7 to 10 days. Not bad. Japan, 5 to 8 business days. So that's the quickest one, you know. But these are all free, you know. So if you buy this from Banggood, make sure you go down and click on priority direct mail. It doesn't cost you any more, and you'll see that when you check out. It costs $0 extra, but it's going to get it there instead of a month. It's going to get it to you in less than 2 weeks, and so that's probably the way to go. Okay, well, thanks for stopping in and checking out my channel one more time. I appreciate y'all. You have a good day tomorrow, and happy flying.